Grace and peace be unto you from God the Father and our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I just wanted to I wanted to just jump on here for a couple of seconds before I go to work and do this plumbing. I tell y'all I'm not in a rush. I done called and told them I was gonna be late. I'm not in a rush when it comes to especially when it comes to this plumbing. I'm not in a rush to go to work. I'm like, oh well, I got to face it. And man, with this big building, it don't be no little plumbing either. But that's neither here nor there. Got to go make it happen. Shout out to the Saints for holding me down. But I was just saying whilst I'm sipping here, drinking this coffee, I was reading a couple of the comments that came in, and somebody said that I was mixing the scholarly with the ignorant. When it comes to certain discussions that we have, I want to have an open invite. I want to invite some people. I've told people before that this was bigger than urban apologetics. I'm still trying to soak in some stuff the other sister was saying. When the brother posted something in the super chat, I put it up and I read it, and it was concerning who we would call Messianic Israelites. Right now, people would be offended that I'm going to say it, but far as that history, and when I read it, the sister said, "Oh, Ron Dalton, Teo Dante, they all been thoroughly debunked," or something to that effect, and that's a blatant lie. If there's anybody out there in social media land, if it's anybody that knows of any teacher, minister, or apologist YouTube channel or books that have thoroughly debunked the history that what we would call Black Messianic Israelites have put out, please share it. If there's any information, if there's anybody out there, that's why people can say what they want. One of the reasons that I brought Timbo on is because he was going so hard in the comment section. So I said, well, okay, this guy he's not a official urban apologist that I know anyone recognizes, but he's going in hard in the comment section. So I said, let me bring him on. And y'all seen with some of that stuff when he didn't really, he said he don't really have a computer, or he had a computer. He was trying to work on some stuff. Whatever the situation is, it didn't work out too good. And Timbo turned around and said he was Catholic, he was Baptist, he's in between the two. And then, some other comments with the Didache and that being Roman Catholic. So I was like, so clearly, once you let people talk, you really see where they are. Some things he was talking, but once you let people talk long enough, you really see where they are. And there are people, and he mean good, and there's no beef with that. There's no problem with that. But clearly, we need people. And I'm telling individuals out here, I know a lot of people that are urban apologists. Clearly, if this Israel thing is a problem, like people are saying, if they're devils, like people are saying, if they're liars, if they're out here to deceive the people, where are the people of God? The true believers, because y'all are arguing. There's some people arguing they're not true believers. Where are the true, holy, educated believers that can get into some history and prove these things? Help me to bring this information out to the people. Because like the sister want to get on here and say they've been thoroughly debunked. That's just, I think in our religious minds, a lot of times, especially when we gangbang, and in our religious minds, we can think something is done away with. That's nothing to even discuss. And that's not the way things work. Let me just put it that way to y'all. That's not the way things work. No, let me ask you first of all, because I could be going somewhere else, but I'm really on these YouTube streets. Do y'all think the historical information of people like Ron Dalton and these other guys that's putting this information out, do y'all know of a book or of a YouTube channel that has thoroughly debunked them? If you also, good to see you, Pastor, if you also know somebody that don't have a channel but got a lot of information and they stay refuting it, but they're just in a little corner, send them my email, bereanteach@gmail.com. Send them my email so I can look at their information so we can present it to the people, because I do want both sides. I know. Some people could say there's nothing else to talk about, and they're trying to creep the Lord, and some of them don't want to use the word Trinity, and that's good enough for some believers. If you don't want to use the word Trinity, any group, any organization, or any people that don't want to use that word, they're going to hell. If you be it your oneness, Pentecostal, be it your Messianic or whatever, you're going to hell if you don't want to use the word Trinity. But that don't work on me. Why is that? Because the word Trinity wasn't in heavy swing in the first century, and 3,000 souls got saved. God poured his spirit out and some folk got saved. I believe the Bible. So before the word Trinity was in heavy rotation, I believe that there's going to be people in glory that came into the kingdom that did not use that word. I'm not saying the word is bad. I'm what people would call a Trinitarian. Don't start emailing me nothing about no doctrine, no oneness church, none of that. We talking about Messianic Israelites, and do y'all have that work? You folk don't have the work. Right now, the other sister came out, said she coming with her slides, never came with it. So you're looking real funny to me. That I'm here to say that y'all could talk among yourselves. The group of people that shared, they got information to tear down that DNA. They got information to do this, they do that. They looking real funny right now. That's all I'm saying. So I'm looking for other people. It's in a wider circle. Urban apologists been around here 4-5 years heavy. Like I said, faithful, he come out here, he do something. He said, just wait, just wait. They came, booing them. They came and they blew some shots, but I'm not, they can't even, y'all can't fool me with that Richard Katz thing. I'm not going to keep talking about that and saying people have been debunked. The whole movement is debunked. All of them are going to hell because of what Abu and Faithful did with Richard Katz. There's more information that needs to come out. There's more information that needs to be debunked. These people are consistently, I tell y'all, and people want to get offended. This dude got this Hebrew sphere. That's nothing to play with. Now, he said it's Hebrew, it's information for Israelites. He's putting out a lot of it for other people that just call themselves ministers or banging or apologists or whatever, and they're just out here. We got that information. No, that's been thoroughly no. If that's been debunked in your eyes, it is not debunked in the eyes of the people. Let me make that plain right now. I know y'all heard what Cherry said on this channel. That's been debunked, but it ain't been debunked. Let me be the first to tell y'all it ain't been debunked. Some people caught some discrepancies right here, but there's too much information that they're putting out. I done read every apologist book out here. I'm talking about dealing with these black folk. Urban apologetic, these books they dropping, I done read these books. Let's not fool ourselves. It's early in the morning. I don't want people to fool. Don't fool yourself behind your religion. Don't fool yourself behind your denomination. Don't fool yourself. We got to look at this stuff. And we got to put information out to counter the historical. And because this is scaring me, some Christians don't want history. No, history if it comes from the book of Galatians, Christ is the end of the law, Romans 10. We want that right there and want to hem them up right there. I think there's a few people that's dealing with that subject. They come and they talk, you see where they are, and people get out here and they make videos and they'll say something here and there. But on the historical information, a lot of people are falling. Are starting to believe this thing because of historical information that's coming out. All I'm saying is, where are the historians at? Where are all of these Christians? I'm not, like I said, I'm not using one group of people. All of these Christians that so against the movement and say the movement is so demonic and the movement is so full of lies. If it is demonic, don't stir me with emotions. Point it out. This is a lie. Historically, that is a lie. This is a lie. That is a lie. Let's point it out. And I'm looking for those people. So all I'm asking for is help. This is an open invite. Before I said I'm not going to bring people to bang that don't have a channel, but I said no. There's a lot of people that's trying to put work in the comment section, but they're mostly dealing with doctrine and the law and how we view the law and is the law applicable for the day, and we're throwing the same scriptures around. But when we start dealing historically, I'm just surprised. I'm speaking for myself. And I've been on these channels and I know a lot of people. I'm speaking for myself. That information is not out there to counter these guys. If these are lies, why would a good Christian, why would good pastors, ministers, teachers, apologists let lies just spread? Why don't we have 12 people to stay on top of the historical sources and get it in? That's how come I suggested maybe one of the top apologists, maybe one of those people over there. Maybe somebody can just get together. 50,000 is nothing. I done seen churches raise $1 million, buy buildings, pay off buildings. 50,000 is nothing to pay a top apologist, to pay researchers for just a month or two to stay home. Give them 60,000. I'm not raising no money here. Give them whoever y'all think, support the people that y'all think could bring this wicked movement down. That's what y'all call it, right? Support the people. The other sister said, well, it's not about money. If she's already doing 5-hour videos, if she could stay home and do 15-hour videos and make $5,000 a month, she would do it. Because she's probably not even bringing home $1,300, $1,250 a week. So if believers that really think this is important, pastors, don't wait till it comes to your front door. Don't wait till it's your family's involved in this demonic lie, because it's a demonic lie, y'all calling it. It's okay when other people do it, but it's a demonic lie when it's a darker people doing it. Y'all have to come to the table, because right now y'all looking some type of funny. It don't take that long to bring together slides. It don't take that long to get experts to talk that DNA, to tear the thing down. It don't take that long, but something is happening. That's all I'm trying to tell people. Something is happening. If it's a skin doctrine, it got to be exposed, but it got to be exposed through history. If Jesus was really white, it's okay. My people been loving him. If my people been loving him. If he's really white, like Timbo and them saying it's okay. Let's just bring it all out. We just need to bring it out. That's all I'm saying. I said, let me jump on here whilst I'm sipping on this coffee and go messing with saints in them. Maybe they'll call me, say they're on the way to Home Depot. Let's just put it out there. I didn't know what I was expecting, but I did ask Timbo if he had, and I thought that he might be. I thought that he might be a good somebody coming in here that's really contending, really bringing out some stuff, and it might be something. It might be something to look at. Somebody said, Berean, I'll come on and break it down using just the Bible on who we are. But this is the thing, Harry, you Israel, right? A lot of Israel is putting in work. This is what I'm telling them. And I'm not even talking. This is the thing. I don't want people to be offended. I'm not talking camps. I'm talking about this Messianic movement. I'm not talking about known campers and generals and day lieutenants and these deacons out here on the corner all over I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about specifically, if there's such a big urge and and everybody's running around whispering underneath their breath, this is the devil, or Mike might be being deceived over there, he compromising, Berean, been deceived. If this is the devil, come and prove to me it's the devil. And as you prove it to me, I'm going to prove it to the world. But where are you people? I'm talking about you good Gentile Christians. Where are you people to prove it? This is not me calling out apologists. Apologists been out here. They dropping videos. They doing what they doing. But the leading apologists aren't touching it. They're not going in like that. Vocab going in harder than y'all. Vocab going in. He was mainly a camp person. G-Man going in. He was mainly a camp person, telling me and Sister E, and that whole thing jumped off. And then Sister Cherry and then G-Man and other people started focusing more on who we would call these Messianic people. But is there sufficient evidence to say that any one of them, G-Man, Cherry, faithful, sufficient evidence? You just tell them, well, just prove you're not, you're not proving that you're Israel. You're not proving that you're Israel. Who is putting out information to demolish these people arguments? That's all it is. I know it's the spirit. But the top apologist has mortgages. People have more, even Sister Dan, these people got rent to pay. So if it's that important to y'all, if y'all know so much, because there's a generation that wants proof. There's a generation we just can't get on here and just get to telling them some of us older people, you can tell us that we believe. My mom and them just believe certain things because the pastor said it, but we're living in a different day. That's how come I say we got the new atheists. I say what's going on Cybernetic TV. People not just saying they're atheists. They're saying they're atheists and they want to destroy the people of the book. We're the people of the book. If we believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, we are the people of the book. But there's other people that's taking it further and they're bringing out information and they say the Christian church is not answering these things. That's the only reason I'm pushing it. If they're saying it, I see it. I see it's not being answered. He dropped there was a chapter in the book about the Israelites. You ain't see that one chapter in one book that these folks just dropped a few months ago. Y'all thinking this going to destroy 20 years of this Messianic thing? 10 heavy years, 5 heavy years of this Messianic thing. Let's listen. I'm not the fool y'all looking for. That could work on some other Christian Bible thumping fools just say anything. Oh, I heard Sister, what's her name? She said they've been thoroughly refuted. No, she got to prove to me. Just steer me in a direction. That's all I'm saying. And I don't even have to bring in the Israelites on. Just steer me in the direction, and we can we can get it on. I don't think the numbers are fair with the amount of people that's putting out the information, and there are people that want to hear both sides. So if y'all know anybody, if they have a channel or if they don't have a channel, they can get in touch with me, BereanTeach@gmail.com, and we can bring forth the information that refutes that whole West African thing, that refutes that whole limber thing, that refutes whatever y'all want to say. It's not the end of the world. If those people are converts and white Jews came and brought it to West Africa and only gave it to a few people, and Chariot Crowley and them flipped the thing around, or Saunders and them flipped the thing around, let's bring that information out. Let's make sure that thing comes out. Let me click on what my sister say right here. She said, why does ethnicity matter? It's a matter of the heart and a soul thing. Absolutely so. But somebody made it matter. Race and color matters in this country right now, not in just this country, the country and abroad. Race is a big thing. Why you think the Baptist church running around here talking about CRT? Why you think people bang so hard on Eric Mason with the woke church? These white folk running amok right here, and they're saying people are pushing a race thing. But race has been on the table in America, and anybody that don't see that is fooling themselves. Oh, I'm not. See, I don't listen to them Baptists because they're Baptist Southern. Them folk don't boss me. They don't boss me. Race is on the table. And it ain't just with George Floyd killing. Race has been on the table since the 60s. Y'all can say what y'all want. And it has been the church that has been pushing things. All these people are talking about, oh, race don't matter. These people talking about all that stuff. Y'all can say what y'all want. All y'all people that's running around here banging against the church, the Christian church stood up. Snick, the Christian church let out this thing that blacks could ride the front of the bus. You think molesters just going to stop molesting? You think these people just going to give people right to vote? You could drink out this water fountain? No, the church fought for that. The church fought for that. So now people saying what the church did is irrelevant and it means nothing. I wonder why that's happening now. I wonder why that's being said now. Because a lot of them same Baptist folk, they was living off, they said, oh, they were a product of their environment. They were the same ones not letting black folk in seminary. A lot of them folk wasn't letting black folk up in their church. And a lot of them folk they were viewing lynchings and going to church with a clear conscience. So race can't go nowhere. Race people say what they want, but race can't go nowhere. Race is right here. And if we know that we're losing numbers in the church, if we know that we're having problems in the church, we need to address it. That's all I'm saying. Because people see the amount of individuals that came on here claiming Israel now and claiming Christianity. Remember, I am not talking about camps. The amount now people are beginning to see, well, these numbers aren't looking right. I hear some other people, oh, more and more people are falling. More and more people are falling for the devil, for that devil worship. They over there, Berean egging them on. They falling for them devil worshiping lies. It just have to do with the color of the people. Like I said, there's a few people talking about the law and how the law applies, how these people eisegeting or exegeting scripture. Are they doing it properly? But I'm charismatic Pentecostal. We've been taking what we want proof texting. So if it's that, there's a few people touching that. But I think it would be a better thing if we can get some people to really expound on the history. I saw that brother say such and such in a video. I heard his documentary. I read the book, and this came up, and this is wrong historically. So we can begin to circulate those videos to show where they're in error or where they're twisting history, and it's a revisionist history. But if it's not a revisionist history, if there's not people out here speaking against the movement or showing historical things against the movement, not just getting on camera hollering. Hollering don't work. We've been hollering in the black church, and that grew us a good bit. But a lot of people, they tired of hollering. They tired of just hollering and jumping up and down, still getting divorced, life still messed up. Now they suicidal. When the preachers become suicidal, it's a problem. So we got to stop hollering for a minute, and we got to make sure that we're plugged into the source. We got to make sure we're walking in truth. And when we deal with truth, we're dealing with all truth. Because a lot of people within Christendom said, all truth is God's truth. Black, white, racial truth is still God's truth. It may not be truth leading to salvation, biblically speaking, but it is truth, and we have to deal with it. If people are just playing race games and the Bible don't really speak to race, and they're forcing race on scriptures that doesn't matter, we need more videos. We need more documentaries. We need more people coming out writing books and speaking on the subject. I'm gonna tell y'all like before. It's not right now. It's not a big thing to be an apologist. It's not a paying thing to be an apologist. It's still better to be a regular pastor. People hoop and holler. People hoop and holler, give Christmas tree, them good tithes and Christmas tree having people. They're not getting it deep into history. So we need researchers. Researching is a ministry. You're helping the church, you're helping pastors. We got to go to a next level. We can't say my video coming, my documentary coming, he's a liar, he's a devil, they all wicked over there, they don't like white people. It's a skin. We got to go further. We got to go further. We got to show and prove. That's what the block is about. We could tell anybody anything in church, but we got to show and prove on social media. We got to show and prove in the barbershop. There's a lot of people talking about Messiah, talking about Bible, talking about which is the best way for us as a people. And I'm talking about a broken people. Which is the best worldview? Do the Bible have our answers? People having all these conversations in different ways, but if people are saying we're cursed and it's this and it's that, and I like what Alton brought up with Galatians, and I like how Elder Johnson, shout out to both of them brothers for just jumping on last night, even dealing with me, because I get to cutting people off and everything, but just dealing with me and coming to the table willing to talk. The invitation is open. If y'all got that work for them, let's give them the work. If I had beef with you, if I blocked you in the past, Berea teach, just say, Berea, you blocked me, mess around with that sister E and them, I'm going to unblock you, you're going to jump on. We got to bring it out. If you got historical information, you got to bring it out. Like I said, them other guys running around here, going to people's sites and talking about they don't believe in the Trinity and this and that. That other dude, he been had books. I ain't going to get mad. They only got 300 subscribers, 200 something subscribers, but information got to come out. That jump on bandwagons. Oh, I heard them guys say, I heard that people say 3 years ago, and you still riding on what they say. No, who got that work for them? Who got that work for them? I'm a Trinitarian. I'm a Christian. I'm a Gentile. I'm a Cushite. I'm on y'all side. I'm on y'all side, but I'm not going to act crazy. They putting in a lot of work. They putting in a lot of work. Please help me. Help me help you. Let's step it up. Let's prove that they are. And if they aren't, let's stop this madness and move on. They're different from us, but we're not going to sit here and just bastardize the people. They're just different from us because it's so crazy. It's so crazy because y'all say, oh, they don't believe that. I'm not even dealing with them. I'm not even talking to them. You compromise. It's so funny. Y'all will call Jesus a compromiser. The Sadducees did not believe in the resurrection and angels and all that heavenly mystical stuff, but Jesus built with them. Paul built with them. You see how y'all are funny when we go back to biblical truths? You see how y'all so funny? Oh, they don't believe in angels. They don't believe in the Trinity. I can't talk to them. And anybody that talk to them is the devil. No, you a devil. Shut up. We got to keep, and I don't even mean no disrespect bringing it out the way I'm bringing it out, but this is what it is. We got to go in. We got to go in. We got to really look at the stuff. Now, how the conversation will go on. Of course, I got a lot of brothers that's married to European sisters. I got a lot of people that come through in the comment section, and their grandfathers, their daddies, they're what people would call mulattoes, or they're mixed. How does light skin? All of this stuff is affected. Mixed people are affected. Light-skinned people are affected because even in our community, we treat light-skinned people different. Y'all remember the whole paper bag thing? I ain't got to go into all this history for y'all. But we got to know that the skin thing has affected people and how we're going to handle it. We got to make sure that we're putting in work. No, these people are taking a spiritual book and doing something different with it. Or is the problem dispensational? It's a lot. We're going to talk. We got to talk. BereaTeach@gmail.com. Y'all can hit me. I'm gonna just go ahead down here to this church and I'm gonna go face this plumbing. I'm trying to do all this talking, trying to talk my way out of doing this plumbing. I gotta get on out of here. I ain't got no choice but to do it. The day will go by quick, and I'm gonna jump on tonight. If they got me hemmed up at that church late, Patreon, we going in. If we don't go in tonight, we going in tomorrow night. I'm putting a whole new link up there, and I am going to talk about other things. Like I said, I was going to talk about the payroll of the Antichrist. In general, there's a whole Antichrist spirit that's loose in the earth, and there's a lot of people claiming that they're atheists, and there's a lot of people that's getting money. They're banging. We're going to talk about that. I'm not sure. My man sent me the link with young Pseudo and the sister claiming about she spoke against the white nannies. These guys will get money online talking about white folk, and they get money with white folk. They're involved with white folk. They're working for and with white folk, and they're selling one thing. Why are they doing that? Because they're just stirring this racial pot. So we got to look at that. There's a racial pot being stirred, and that thing is stirring real deep, and it's dividing even the church. It's dividing even the church. So we got to discuss that. People in the conscious community and within the religion itself. We got to look at that stuff. So we're going to talk about the payroll of the Antichrist. It's big YouTubers out here getting money, and they getting money, and they stirring and saying one thing, polite another one, stirring and saying one thing, but living a different lifestyle. Like just like your rappers. It's a farce that's been put on us. T.I. and them talking all that thug stuff, selling that trap music stuff, talking all that drill stuff, and they kids going to private school neck and neck with white folk. They want their kids around white folk. They got white neighbors. They want to live around white folk. We'll talk about a class thing and a skin thing. They don't want their kids in certain neighborhoods, but they'll sing and they'll promote it. That's talking about said music. All of this stuff has to do with the esotericist magic. How Carly B and them come up like priestesses of this thing. Megan Thee Stallion, how the stripper spirit done got on our people. We don't know who a stripper walking down the street, who a hoe, who a stripping, who the first lady. Everybody looking the same. It's a spirit and it's magic and it's esoteric. And these people are pushing it. Somebody has pushed it. So we're going to talk about music execs and how this thing works. This thing has to do with spiritual warfare, and we are all involved in spiritual warfare, a believer or not, Israel or not. People are involved in spiritual warfare, and people are using esoteric tools against society. We'll discuss all that stuff later on. All right, y'all. I got to go do what I do with them. People say time to make the donuts, but I wanted to share this over a cup of coffee. I'll talk to y'all later. God bless.